Five, four, three, two, one.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Blerdiverse Comic Book Corner. Today we're checking out X-Men Onslaught Revelation. So X-Men Onslaught Revelation, just keeps a background. This is a storyline spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's run of X-Men. More specifically, category and book line by the name of Way of X. In this book, the main X-Men person here who's taking charge of the team and dealing with stuff is Nightcrawler. So Nightcrawler is here. He's working out issue as far as religion with the new Krakoa base and everything, and he's trying to figure out what to do. Meanwhile, he meets up with Legion, who is Professor X's son. They have a bit of a strange relationship because Legion, he's an Omega level mutant. Like he can create and unmake reality and shit like that. Like he that nigga. But the thing is, unfortunately, sometimes he's unstable. But in this instance, he's stable and he's helping out Nightcrawler with his religion quest, and they get into a root of an evil that's been inside Krakoa that Kurt Warner, aka Nightcrawler, has been having nightmares about. And the nightmare has been revealed to be Onslaught. Ironically, Onslaught is technically Legion's half-brother because he's created by basically the amalgam of Professor X and Magneto's hate, anger, and just a bunch of bad stuff. Basically, it's not a physical person, it's a manifestation, an aura that was created a while back. This is, I'll say, like back in the 90s, 80s, or whatever. Basically, when Professor X was pushed to the edge, like by Magneto removing Wolverine's adamantium bones from his body that put Wolverine in a near-death coma. He lobotomized Magneto with his powers, and after that, when that moment, it had sparked an evil inside of him, which, like, because of thoughts of Magneto, and that for some reason Magneto stuff got in there too. So that's what created Onslaught. But that's just background on that character. So how did Onslaught get here? So we go into what's going on here in this current chapter. Right now we're gonna have like a little get together for all like the mutants. It's like a little ball or whatever. They're getting down, getting jazzy, they touching, feeling, fucking, dancing, getting down. But like it's not as it seems, because there's a dark, sinister air behind it, and everything is revealed that Onslaught's thing is at midnight they're gonna have a crucible. So in New Krakoan storyline, as far as for X-Men status quo, they have a thing called Crucible. So basically, for all mutants that have lost their powers or parts of their powers or their stuff and everything, they have a thing where they can fight, and in the end they are killed by their fellow mutant, but they are reborn again in Krakoa, because Krakoa basically, if you're a mutant, rules of death no longer apply to you. You can be reborn, you'll have your memory back, you have all your powers. Professor X and them make a copy of it and everything. However, Onslaught has invaded inside Professor X, and he's deleting all the copies and everything. So you die here, it's GG. Ain't no come back, B. Ain't no coming back. But nah, I beside the point. So they're at the ball and everything. Nightcrawler's taking people out. As far as he takes Pixie out, because she has like this soul dagger which can allow to break from Onslaught's influence and everything, and explaining the whole process. And then we get to Fabian, Cortez, and Lost. So they've been through two characters inside of this new storyline for Way of X. Lost, that she was a mutant that she's been through a lot, and they're just trying to help her out, and she's still getting a handle on her powers and all that and everything. And then Fabian Cortez, most people has heard of Fabian Cortez before. He's a mutant that can enhance other mutants' powers. He was originally going to be in Sword, but they got kicked him out because they got other new people there. But basically, we go over some backstory and everything. It turns out when they rescued Lost and everything, is that Orcus, which is the whole mutant, the whole human hating mutant group, which has been making all this tech stuff, and which is the people in the future that create Nimrod and all these other things that literally drive mutants to almost extinction and everything. Like it kills them off and everything. But they had implanted Onslaught into Lost, so when she was captured and that Crucible happened, she was like a Trojan horse that unfortunately inside of her, Onslaught could make his way to Professor X, and since it made his way to Professor X is the head of all of this. He's deleting backups, and the Crucible is on, as far as like people are going to at the end of this party murder all each other for the thrill of it, thinking that they can come back, but they can't come back. So Nightcrawler puts his plan into action. Him and Pixie start getting more people on their team. Dazzler helps out Professor Mushroom, forget the man's name, helps out and everything. So they're able to finally start to stop it and everything. But Onslaught manifests itself like, nah, I ain't going like that. Until we realize that Lost is the key to all this. So we have a moment between her and Fabian Cortez. Fabian Cortez is telling his truth as far as who he was, his history, that he was born with a silver spoon, but he never really wanted it, which, I mean, we've all heard that story. I mean, you got born with richness, you can't really complain, but he wanted to make a name for himself, and he got his mutant powers, he thought he was happy, but it's only to help out other people, and he's like, I want my own thing to be my own story, and I'm sorry, I always hated myself, and I'm sorry for the damage I caused, because Fabian Cortez, he was part of Magneto's mutants and everything. They caused destruction that killed Lost's parents and family, and she's like, I can't forgive, I don't hate you anymore, but like I understand where you're coming from now and everything. And then by her forgiveness and everything for Fabian, Onslaught loses his foothold, which allows Nightcrawler and the rest of them to push their good memories, the belief, the spark, love, hope, etc., that heck, we may not be perfect, but we can strive to be better, to push Onslaught down. So they do that. Spark is here. That's the new X-Men religion. My man Kurt's a priest and all that. I mean, you think it's like the beginning of a Prince video. It says, "This is not religion. This is love. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today." Sounds like a Prince video. I mean, low key, Kurt does look like a purple prince, but that's a story for another day. He talks to Legion at the end of the thing. He's like, hey man, we did the thing. We need to make a new place and a new team. And you know what we're going to be named? The Legionnaires. And that's where we end off there. As far as this chapter, I gave it a solid 9. I mean, it's a lot of good imagery. A lot of was in good parallels to like biblical stuff, to other X-Men lore and all that. And I really like it. I really like this chapter. I really like this one shot and everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Legionnaires goes. But as far as the X-Men storyline, I can't wait for Inferno 1, which is happening next week, I think. But other than that, take care, stay up, stay lit, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we are out. Peace.